Okay, now let's get started with this. I'm gonna start and then quickly go to the bathroom, but I'm listening, so I'm gonna come back in a second. But yeah, I'm gonna start because like he usually starts already with the ragey stuff. If I'm here, I'm already gonna start screaming. So I'm gonna give it a few seconds before I react.
Broadcast. Here we go. Do you guys want? Oh, God, yes. Do you guys want to watch another MMO? As much as we like to complain about BDO, do you guys want to watch another MMO? Absolutely tank, like way harder than our game.
Okay, Aion 2 has been devastated in a...
Oh, he's got the AI on. Oh, this is going to be a good video. Oh, baby, it's going to be a good video. All right, so for those of you that don't know, after the Aion 2 launch yesterday went really, really well. After the Aion 2 launch yesterday went insanely well, and you can see continues to go well. They decided on day one of their brand new game to go live and publicly apologize immediately. Also, if you want another little nugget, you can see that this is... Look, there's a little nuggie right next to him. That's crazy. Anyways...
In a single day, like never before. The emergency broadcast is on at 3 o'clock, and looking at Insub Bihyung and Namjoon Hung's faces right now...
Funny. It's already funny, bro. It is already funny. Bro. Hello. Okay. Servers are down for 2 hours, 3 hours, something. They're doing a maintenance.
In Taiwan too?
In Taiwan. And in Korea as well, yes.
Oh.
So this is what he's doing, okay? This is what he's doing. This is what he's doing.
The Aion 2 launch yesterday went really, really well.
Okay, so this is what he's doing, yeah? He said, after the Aion launch, that went really, really well. Now listen to this. He is using the Taiwanese launch, which was an utterly disaster, mocking the launch while reacting to a Korean video. Okay? He's mocking the Taiwanese launch, which again was a disaster and still is, but he's watching the reaction of the Koreans or the Korean launch. But he's using the video that they made, the sorry video, with, by the way, had nothing to do with the Taiwanese launch. The Koreans were not saying sorry because of the Taiwanese launch. The internet never listens to bold or ugly people. Suspect for a reason. Bro, trust me. Like, how can this person be so clueless? I'm literally asking you right now, how can you be as a human being so clueless that you don't even get the basics right? You are literally reacting right now to the Taiwanese launch while watching a Korean video. And you don't even have your facts right, because the Koreans are mad for a different reason than what we are in Taiwan. That has not, like, there's no correlation. That's like two separate issues.
After the Aion...
And now again, bro, you need to sit down and you need to go back to school. Because, oh my goodness. How many times do I have to repeat myself? The stock market has nothing to do with the game that the company is publishing. The stock market evolves around business and stakeholders. If a game is doing good or bad, has no reaction towards the stock market. The handling of a game can lead to investors losing trust in the company. That can lead to drops. But if a game is doing bad, it doesn't always directly mean that the game is the reason why the company is doing bad. The company is doing bad because they made, for the past 30 years, bad decisions. That does not only mean Aion 2 is the issue, that means all their business plan was bullshit. Please go back to school and understand the basics before you start reacting over it.
To stock launch yesterday went insanely well, and you can see continues to go well. They decided on day one of their brand new game to go live and publicly apologize immediately. Also, if you want another little nugget, you can see that this is look, there's a little nuggie right next to him. That's crazy. Anyways.
A single day, like never before. The emergency broadcast is on at 3 o'clock, and looking at Insub Bihyung and Namjoon Hung's faces right now, it's no joke. If I were working for—
They're panicking, bro. They're in total panic mode. And I want to be clear, every other content creator, save maybe one or two, and myself, who's leading the charge on being the villain for this game apparently, everybody's been like sucking Aion 2's dick off, dude. Actually sucking Aion 2's dick. I felt like I was the only creator. I even had creators react to my video yesterday, and they were all like, man, he's just being so negative. Yeah, that's what you get. That's what happens. It's because it sucks.
Well, I would say the leading person is not him. I didn't know him 2 days ago, by the way. I would say it was Kira. And Kira, even though Kira's wording is really stupid, he has some valid points in times. What this guy is saying, I have no clue where his information is coming. But clearly, he doesn't have anything to back, like any facts to back what he's saying. But let's see what he's going to say today. And then we can debunk it.
Do you know what Throne of Liberty looks like without PvP? It's a shit MMO.
Wait.
Like I was the only creator. I even had creators react to my video yesterday, and they were all like, man, he's just being so negative. Yeah, that's what you get. That's what happens. It's because it sucks. It's literally Throne of Liberty without PvP. Do you know what Throne of Liberty looks like without PvP? It's a shit MMO. Okay? Because at its baseline,
Okay, bro. Oh my goodness, man. Oh my goodness. Dude. Brother, please start doing some research before you start talking. Before you open this camera and show your face, please do some research. You are literally watching a video from Korean devs about the situation in Korea, where you're gonna see in the next few minutes that the Koreans are gonna complain about the PvP situation on the Korean servers. What does that have to do with you claiming Aion doesn't have PvP and it's like a shitty PvE version of Throne and Liberty? That makes no sense at all, brother. Do you understand what I'm saying? Do you even understand what the meaning of that is? I mean, you clearly seem like somebody who is native language is English, and I have to explain to you how it works? Like, seriously? They are complaining about the PvP being too broken, and your argument is that it's a PvE game? Really?
Is shit. The thing that makes Throne of Liberty good is the large-scale PvP systems.
The shit that makes Throne of Liberty good is the large-scale PvP system? Bro, the large-scale PvP system is the reason why the game is flopping. Please go back to Game Boy, man. What the fuck are you talking about?
Okay? The fact that you can fight each other. So, like, if you only have PvE systems in a even more pay-to-win game than Throne was, and to be clear, at least in Throne, you could play Throne of Liberty as a free-to-play player. You could literally play Throne as a free-to-play player. But
you can play Aion as a free-to-play player. So, what is the argument here? What is your point? that you can play both games for free as a free-to-play player. I mean, you're never going to be in the top 15% or top 1%, or in your case, not even in the top 100%, because you're not going to play the game, but just shit on the game. But what is your argument here?
You can't do that in Aion 2 and actually even remotely keep up with people. You could be a top 1%er in Throne and not spend a dime. Not
bullshit.
In Aion 2.
Completely bullshit. Completely bullshit. Utterly bullshit.
The monetization is what kills the game more than anything. If you take the monetization
that is
out of the game,
100% bullshit statement. That is I don't know Throne of Liberty that well. For me, it's a trash game. It always has been from day one. But I'm gonna like him because he's doing it since day one. So why am I not allowed to do that? I'm gonna make the claim you cannot be in the top 1% with only free to play. I am 100 bajillion% sure that you cannot keep up with the top 1% as a free-to-play player. Please tell me if I'm wrong in chat. Or even Cookie, you can tell me because you have played the shit game, actually.
You'd have to have some kind of insane fucking luck.
Does this guy even have high views? Seems like I want to drama for all costs. Bro, it's literally, all of them, they are the same. They're literally the same. You know? No argument, false bullshit, and like just spreading the same hate and narrative. Literally the same hate and narrative. Am I saying Aion is the best game ever? No, it's not. Is it pay to win? It is extremely pay to win. Is it bad managed? It's extremely bad managed. But when you are complaining about it, you know, keep with the facts. You can't be complaining that it's a PvE game while watching a video where the player base is complaining about the PvP. That makes no sense. That means you are not understanding anything. I believe him. Skull, best man. I low-key thought Philo was gonna say brother. But yeah, maybe. Guy didn't even enter Abyss, didn't. I hear at least 2 beers in Philo. 2 bars in Philo's argue. Oh yes, because Aion is the famous MMO game that doesn't have PvP. Yes, exactly. I'm usually quiet. No point, just drama queen. People hating just to hate. True. You wanna know? Blue, this streamer plays Legend of Mia, Odin, Valhalla, Rising, and Raven. All shitty bro, these games, even I, who doesn't know any other game than Aion, know that those games are mobile trash slop games. With nice looks, nice skins, but only pay to win bullshit. Saying TL has less pay to win is just mind blowing. I just swipe 5k and I'm fully geared. You cannot on in Aion you cannot do that. Literally, you cannot do that. You can't play TL if you want to be competitive. Blue is being dishonest. You can't. You're wrong. You can be top as free to play in Aion. Of course you can. Well, no, I wouldn't say you can be top 1%. That I wouldn't agree with as well. We are Cookie. Cookie's here. Only if you are in an insane guild. You didn't need it to be in the top guild. You had to make money earlier in 1 month as very easy. To me, these guys are like they are responding to comment. If someone is commenting them to trash on something, they start doing it. Yeah, agree. If you want to keep you up in TL and you're gonna start today, you have spent at least $500 and play for at least 2 months every day. I know, cause that's why I had to do. Stop watching this nonsense. Let the man watch whatever he wants. What the fuck? I keep with my solid statement. If need check, what is pay to win? Go meeting too. I have to give him that this YouTube, but it's really good at rage baiting. Well, they all are, bro. They all are the same. Okay, for me, you can take a box and you can put all these bold people in the same box. They're literally all the same. You know, screaming, constantly hating, raging. And they go in every single game, they play every single game for 5 seconds, and they start talking nonsense.
42 months.
It's a moderately okay PvE game.
Okay.
Again, I gave it an honest review, and like, no, I didn't get to play it. I just watched all the other people play it because I couldn't even get into the game. The launch was a disaster.
Yes, and you are still talking about the Taiwanese launch while watching a Korean movie video.
Half the people couldn't even get into the game, and the people in my comments section that were coping about it, the people in my comments section that are coping.
Yeah, half people couldn't get in the game. What is the reason for that? Why couldn't they get in the game? Maybe you want to explain on that as well.
About this shit game, we're like, oh my god, you couldn't get in because you're not actually in Taiwan. Newsflash, most of the people playing are not actually from Taiwan. Okay,
That is not true, bro. So the 63, 68 servers, most of them, like not most, all of them, with 20k each, 20,000 each members, they all fill up with what? With your brain cells, or what happened? If it's not Taiwanese people on that, and it's just mostly global players, what the flip are you talking about? Even Taiwanese players are struggling. I literally have a lady in my DMs who still is not able to log in. That has nothing to do with the server. It's just an issue with the proxy. Bro, please do some research before you start talking shit. Sorry, I was just sitting down. I've been standing for the past 3 hours in front of my desk. And now I'm just sitting down because I think I want to relax a little bit.
most of the people playing are from NA and EU and the West,
No,
trying to figure
they
out if
are
the
not.
game's going to be good. And almost like half of them were able to get in and
No.
half of them weren't. And we all had the same procedure. Make a brand new phony Gmail account. So I made my phony Gmail account. And then we all went and we gave it a phony phone number too, like a throwaway, like Google phone number or like a made up phone number from one of those other countries, whatever. Okay. And we all did the same thing. Half of us got in.
And that is the reason why you're having trouble. Because you used a phony number or a throwaway number. Me and everybody I know, like a lot of players, we are not having any problems. We are fine. We just have problems with the server crashes. But again, that is a different reason. That has nothing to do with what you are saying.
Half of us didn't. Okay.
Another game company, I would have really...
It's just, it was a shit launch. And I'll be honest with you, the game...
Yes, I
could
agree.
be fun for a month or two.
I
but
agree.
I guarantee
It was a shit launch. I 100% agree with that statement.
you, everybody just quits it almost right away because the end game in that game is all PvE and there's nothing.
That is that is completely false. Completely, utterly, like, this is the most bullshit I've heard in my life. Endgame Aion 2 is not completely PvE. Even after reaching level 40 or 30, you already get thrown in PvP, which is literally the reason why they have to reduce the rifting to 30 minutes, why they're implementing an AP gain cap. It's literally the reason for it. It's because there's too much PvP. Bro.
It hasn't done anything exceptional. There's no new, like, they're not like innovating.
Bro,
the
you
MMO
wouldn't even
genre here. It's
recognize
just-
if it would do something exceptional because you're so blinded and you wouldn't even want to look because behind it because you're just full of rage and bullshitness.
We're going to run the same dungeons 7 times a day, every day. And apparently the
Again, bullshit. The dungeons are switching. It's not even the same dungeon for weeks. It's not even the same patterns for weeks. Bro, it's not even the same fights and the bosses for days. What the flip are you talking about?
monetization is so bad that number one, and I've said this many times, you literally can't use the in-game auction house unless you have a subscription. And number two, and we didn't know about this one.
That is also false information. You are able to buy stuff. You just can't sell stuff in the broker. first of all. Secondly, you need the first subscription to use the rest of the broker, and you need this first subscription to trade Kuna with Kina. Is it the best solution? Probably not. Is it the best solution for NCSoft? Probably yes, because from knowing NCSoft for the past 30 years, it's the best thing they could come up with compared to all the other bullshitness they probably would have thrown in.
You actually just can't PvP for longer than 30 minutes unless you pay the subscription.
That is not true. That is not true. You can go endlessly Arena 1v1. You can go endlessly Battlegrounds. You can go endlessly 4 versus 4. You can do 30 minutes PvP on the opposite faction, but you can PvP on our side as long as they are coming to our side, which is, by the way, every 4 hours. And you can do at least 28 hours a week in Abyss PvP.
Subscription. Not joking. Actually a thing.
No, actually completely false information. So it doesn't matter how bold is your head shining. If you're wrong, and you're completely wrong.
Actually a thing. You literally have to pay the sub, or you actually don't get to PvP for longer than 30 minutes. Can you imagine playing
That
a
is
game?
completely bullshit. That is 100% bullshit. That is so false that, bro, I don't even have words how wrong that is.
Like that. Like, of course. Because bots will definitely try to PvP. True. The reason he's saying that is because bots were the excuse that the developers gave for having such strict monetization. They said, well, we feel that if
They have banned 1,500 bots. They're banning today another huge wave. I cannot give you the numbers because I don't have the numbers. But that was already banned yesterday. So today is going to be another wave. And then next patch is going to be another wave. So, I don't know. I mean, problem, solution. What else do you want them to do?
we have bots, if we hide the marketplace behind a paywall, that bots won't be as prevalent in the game. And we all know that was complete bullshit.
Tell me one game in the world that doesn't have bot problem. Just one. Just if you can mention one game in the world that is an MMORPG that has not a single bot in there, just show me one. Just one.
That's just complete bullshit.
Diss them, but since I also like NC, I'm thinking about just fact-checking and moving on. But since everything that's been said now is something I said before the game came out, I feel like I can talk more, but I don't know why they keep criticizing them when they knew this would happen from the beginning. NC has already suffered huge stock price losses due to lies since Trister and Florine. They're down 16% today, so our stock investors are incredibly angry.
Yep.
But they're saying they're playing a joke again. I don't know if this will be a shield.
Aion emergency broadcast. Apologizes for being offline for 1.2 hours, like the servers. Business model. So they're apologizing for a scoundrel business model. Not joking.
No. No. They're not apologizing for the season, like for the battle pass or the... They are not apologizing for the battle pass and the subscriptions. They are apologizing for 4 extra packs that they put in the Kuna shop, which of course, knowing NCSoft, they fully did intentionally. I'm not even trying to defend NCSoft, by the way. If you are actually listening to me, those 4 packs, they're usually put in every single game to see how well it goes and how the people react to it. Of course, nobody reacted well because people already know this bullshitness from NCSoft. So people reacted outraged and really, really angry. So they made the apology video saying that we should have never added those items and we are saying sorry, not because of the subs and the passes, but because they added those extra boxes. I know you don't speak Korean, it is completely okay, but if you use a freaking Google translation, at least get it right. confirm it with an actual native Korean.
Their words, not mine. Okay.
Nah, that's not their words. That is Google Translator words.
You shouldn't have released it in the first place.
Related, like you shouldn't have released it in the first place. Related to the items that were sold, not to the monetarization itself. Fuck my life, man. Thanks for reacting to this, Philo. I saw this and almost lost my mind. Well, I'm glad that other people are at least agreeing with me and understanding what I'm saying. Cause like I'm literally asking you. Cause okay, so this is my honest question, yeah, to all of you. I'm literally asking you. Do you guys think I'm just fanboying? Like I'm delusional on a fanboying? Like, am I the argument that I'm bringing? Are they really wrong? Am I saying something wrong? Because if I am, please tell me. Because I don't want to be just randomly saying, oh, Aion is the best game ever. Which, again, I know that I'm not. But I'm just, you know what I mean?
Take down the product. Oh, boy. I sold it because of sales. I'll do all the components now.
Really too late. You've done this more than once or twice. Again, related to those boxes. And that was literally the first thing they deleted. Squall, you're the best. Wait, why are you not thingy here? I just realized. I'm actually sad you're not streaming today though. Ah, my god. Will this guy made some false claims, but game itself is not great. Pay to win looks yeah, bro, listen. Low details. I agree with you. The game has a lot of issues. There's a lot of things that
I know that
NCSoft is doing
person.
wrong. You mean low details?
Yeah.
And like even Taiwan is messing up left and right. I am not denying that at all, my friend. Literally, I'm not denying that at all. But I'm just saying, if you're gonna shit on them, if you're gonna say what they're doing wrong, at least have your reasoning and facts correct. Because right now what he's doing with those wrong accusations, he's just building a wrong narrative, and the people who are already on the verge of not wanting to trust the company or the game or not even wanting to try, those ones are getting false information. So if they don't have the correct data, they are not able to make a decision, on the correct decision. That is what I'm saying.
Oh, it's already too late. You've done it more than once or twice. Okay, so bugs preventing access to pre-ordered characters, modified after. Okay, skill initiations cost 0. Okay.
So now, like, I literally, in my opinion, he just realized that they're talking actually about something else than what he wanted to say. I can hear it in his voice. Trust me, I can hear it in his voice. Look let's see if you guys realize it as well. When the realization for him comes in that actually people are crying because of something else. Check this scene.
Do all the components now. It's already too late. You've done it more than once or twice. Okay, so bugs preventing access to pre-ordered characters, modified after. Okay, skill initiations cost 0. Okay.
This okay is the indication for it. Trust me. The low tone okay is the indication that he realized, oh, it was something different. Oh.
All right. I'll let him explain it.
He has to go back because he has no arguments. He has no arguments for what he just read. And he goes like, oh. And then he goes like, oh, I let him explain. Like, bro.
Rather than strongly dissing them, I'll just check the facts. Okay, first of all, I apologized for not being able to connect for 2 hours. I was also unable to connect for 2 hours, and many people said that the right thing to do would be to just shut down the server. However, since there were already users who had played for 2 hours before me,
To be honest, I'm 3 minutes in stream and I'm with you on that. There is just so much ingestible nonsense. They say the game is not perfect, probably never will be, but at least don't spread misinformation about any already hated company. Yeah, true. 100% true.
Users were already upset from the start. Secondly, they sold things they said they wouldn't sell. They said they'd fully reveal the 100% store.
Look, do you understand? Do you understand what I just said? Like before he got to this point, did you understand what I said? It was about items they're sold, which they promised they will not sell. Because they have been doing the same shit for the past 30 years. They put in boxes, limited boxes. It's kind of goes into gacha direction, but since you know what's inside, it's not that bad. Like it's not counted as gacha. But what they do is usually it's like the average salesman that we all hate. The guy that would knock on your door and say, "Oh, I have this special washing machine. If you play this washing machine, it will clean your house, it will feed your dog, it will, like talk to your grandparents, whatever." And then they say if you buy it right now, you get 3 washing machines extra. Those boxes are the problem. Because they put those boxes in, make it a limited buy, and then force you to invest more money, and then they make it every month in a seasonal way. So technically you're not just buying the pass, you're buying the pass and you're buying those boxes with all the other bullshit that is in the game anyways. That is the reason why people were mad. They weren't mad because of 2 subs or 2 passes. They don't even have, Koreans have no problem with that. Not even Asians have, like Asians generally, nobody has a problem with that. The only people who have a problem with it are the ones who are listening to streamers and have actually not played the game themselves. Or people who just generally don't like to invest or spend money in online games or generally in games. And I'm telling you, I understand if you have your principles, morals, or whatever the reason is that you don't want to spend. I understand that. But do you understand in the world nothing is for free? Like, how are you even living your life with not wanting to pay a single cent? And now I'm not referring to the single parents or to people who just can't pay. That is a different case. I'm not talking to those. And I'm also not talking to those who, like are really careful with their money. I'm just talking to those ones who have no problem, going and gambling it for thousands and thousands and thousands. And then when they have to pay for like freaking £15 sub, oh no, I can't do that. This game is pay to win. I'm not willing to pay $15. Those are the ones that I'm referring to.
But when they actually opened the lid, they found packages like the business model's full power and soul collaboration.
You understand? He literally is saying this. That has nothing to do with the monetarization. And he is just laughing like a retard. He doesn't even know that 2 seconds ago, he was saying completely opposite of it.
NCSoft hiding the pay to win from you? No. The only one.
That is not true. Those items had no pay to win. Not a single box had pay to win. Stop using the word pay to win for every single thing in the world. You just look stupid. Stop doing that. The boxes had no pay to win. The boxes had inventory space extension, resurrection stones. They had one item which some people would consider as pay to win, but it's not pay to win. If you understand the game, you will know that it's not pay to win, because those items only give you access to the abyss 5 hours longer. So you could be increasing with that item 5 hours longer. You already have 25 hours in the week that you can be spending on the abyss. Now, why is that item not pay to win, and why some do consider pay to win? The ones that are considering as pay to win are the ones who don't know the game. But the ones who know the game will understand going to the abyss is not guaranteed that you are making abyss points. Going to the abyss just means mass PvP, uncontrolled mass PvP. 95% of players who will go to the abyss will get their ass whooped. It doesn't matter who you are, a high rank, extreme player, a solo player, it doesn't matter. When you go to the abyss, you get your ass whooped. So going to the abyss for 5 hours, getting your ass whooped and losing high numbers of abyss points is not an advantage.
Isn't it 7?
No,
It's 7 hours weekly.
No, Cookie. we are talking about the extra box that put it in the shop. In the biggest box for 1,900,
okay.
they gave you 5 hours
The
of.
one they removed?
Yes, the one that I removed. They gave you 5 hours
Gotcha.
of entry for the Abyss. And he is using
Yeah.
those boxes to say it's pay to win. Because the boxes never had pay to win. Like all of the boxes had no pay to win. Again, it was not about what is inside the boxes. The people were just mad because of that the boxes existed, not what is inside the boxes. The Koreans were, bro, if you cannot speak Korean, I totally understand. It's totally fine. Not a big deal. But stop using Korean stuff to make your point because you don't understand what they're saying.
Shocked here is Kaya.
Hello, thank you. Thank you for the raid. I hope you had an amazing stream. Sorry, I'm raging right now a little. Welcome, everyone. I'm not sure about that because NCSoft already made so many bad decisions that everything that anyone says versus them, it's already count as true. It is just fun video. Okay. No shit, no playing. People have a problem with game. I invested money into game that gain my time playing it, but $10 when I'm out worth of subs a month is way too much. The $75 is not the sub, bro. The total sub, if you want to be a low spender, it's no problem. It's not a big deal to be a low spender. If you want to be a low spender, you can get away with only paying $20. If you pay $20, the game is fully accessible to you and you can do anything and everything without any problems.
It's not even 20, it's 15.
Yeah, it's $15. I don't know how much it is in dollars.
Yeah.
Because I use pound.
It's like $14.55.
And there's not even this, it's
the
not
same
even
price
this
as normal
predatory,
subs.
which I was thinking that it's gonna be. It's not even the case that you're playing and at some point you realize, oh, I need to pay in, and that is not even the case. You can literally level through max level and be playing the game and having fun, and then realizing, oh, I still don't have the sub. You know what? I enjoyed this play. Let me get a sub. Same like people that have never ridden riding a bike, always talking bad about motorbikes. True. I love you, Philo. Thank you. Your reactions so well. After many years, I understand pay to win is wide as fuck for many people. Yeah, it's weird, man. It's so weird. So FTP, you can have 25 hours a week. I was saying that to many friends. We won't be going to the Abyss anyways. You will have about 27 hours. It's a little bit reduced now because of the $5 bundle, but you still have like 23 hours should be possible. And I just don't know how many quests they have because they're adding more quests, and the quests will also give you more hours in the Abyss. So I don't know how many it is in total, but I'm counting between 23 to 28 in that direction. I don't like that. I love sitting in Abyss grinding low level. I'm upset took that out. Well, yeah, you can still do it. You just have lower numbers. Hi, heyo, hello. It's content. Raging Philo is fun. Good stream except for the lags and disconnects, of course. Disconnects? Oh, for you. Okay, yeah. Sad. Hope you have a nice stream. Thank you very much. Heading to bed. Have a great night. Thank you. You too. It's 15 for... Yeah, exactly. Depending your currency. That's true. For me, it's pounds, though. So it's, having like one of the strongest currencies, it's, it's harder to kind of... Up here, it's okay. I know, but all the time. And everyone is the same other than the 5 hours extra. No, you can't enter Abyss till 45. Yeah, you cannot. Yeah, exactly. All the... Yeah. True. It's like just what is his name, by the way? Was it Blue? Something with Blue, right? BlueSquadron. Yeah.
But they said they'd take them all down starting.
Stop using the word pay to win for everything that you don't have an argument for.
With the 430 maintenance. If they had known this would happen from the beginning, they shouldn't have. The fact that they showed the 100% store was a lie, and that's what made users even angrier. They should have never.
Again, that is a different thing. They already said, and I agree with that part, by the way. I agree with people being angry. I am angry for this because your inventory, you had 100 slots, but that when the initial game started, you just had like few, I think like 30 or something slots. Now you can, your inventory, you can expand to like 70, 60 slots. It doesn't cost too much. It's actually quite cheap. It's actually really, really cheap in Kina because you pay Kina for it. Yeah. This is a normal thing for Aion. In all Aion, we had that we had to buy it for Kina. It wasn't a big deal, but a lot of people got angry because they saw the huge inventories, but then when the game came out, it was not the case. Now we are all getting today more space. Like right now in the maintenance, we are getting more space in the inventory for free. So let's see, you know, how much we are getting and how worth it is. Generally speaking, any space is positive.
Released it in the first place.
People talking about pay to win here on Aion 2 never played peak BDO, I think. Yeah, probably. I don't know. I've never played BDO. BlueSquadron is always crying over pay to win even before the game showed anything. He did the same for TNL even if they become true. Oh nice, cause I'm about to run out. Nah, you don't need to worry. Like they're giving more space.
Has happened. They've used the expression, I'm going to take it down. In the end, they said, where will the sales come from? But it turns out they've prepared everything to generate revenue. They sold it for revenue, but honestly, they sold it for revenue. I even wondered for a moment if it would...
Oh my god, I was so nervous. I thought we were talking about Where Winds Meet. I just tuned in. Oh, thank god, it's that dog shit game. Oh, I thought I lost her for a second. Oh god. It's okay. Where Winds Meet is still okay.
I just don't even have words for that, bro. I just don't even have words for that behavior. I literally have no words for this behavior. This is literally, yeah. Let me do it. Let me do it in the same dramatical way as he is doing it, yeah. So this person, yeah, like here, is the reason why we are in 2025 in the situation that we currently are. You know, all these videos like 2019 or 2020, like the 2000s, where like people ask somebody or they hurt themselves and they still carry on. And then you have that in 2025 where like they hurt themselves and, you know, everybody has to start caring for them. Like this is one of the examples. That happens. That literally is the result if you carry a child like that.
Okay, we're fine.
Couldn't have been better, to be honest. They've said they'll give everyone the full set of components after the inspection, including the
spoiled kid in a grown man's body. That's wild. You play the game and enjoy the peak viewers of the game and spend money for it. Yeah, of course, man. He's probably secretly playing Aion in the background, like right now. You know, that's why he's like looking so serious, because he's right now trying to kill a level 20 mob, as level himself level 45.
But I think it's already too late.
Yep.
NC is in a terrible state right now, and they're lying again, and it's not the first or second time. That's why users are getting so upset. If it had come from another game, or for example, Steam, they wouldn't have been criticized like this. It's because...
Yeah, I hammered them really hard on the personal data information too, because like on top of a pay-to-win, double subscription model, double battle pass, horrendously gated game, they also, it is free to play, but they literally force you to give you your personal... You have to give them your personal information, and they're allowed to store, collect, and sell your personal information for whatever the f they want. You have to agree to that to even play the game. It's like on top of milking you.
That is in every single game that is out there. What are you on about? In every single game, you agree to give away your data, and it's being stored and it's being sold. Literally in every single, like not even games, like even in anything you do, just being alive, you have to do that shit nowadays. Why is that an argument? Why is that a reasoning even?
in every possible way. They are also doing that with your personal data too. Like, it's cooked,
Because
man.
it came from NC that they're being criticized. But these lies are the biggest reason users are leaving. Yes.
Again, the lies are not that they are paid to win. The lies are that they have promised to not enter items in the shop, which they turned away and did enter. Those items were not paid to win. It is just the open season for similar things in the future. That is what they promised they're not gonna do, and they did it anyway. That is why people are upset. Not because the game is pay to win. By the way, I am saying the game is pay to win, just to be clear, because now I could say, like, you could take that sentence and be like, oh, he's saying it's not pay to win. The game is pay to win. We all know that. But that is not why the Koreans are upset. The Koreans are upset for so many other reasons.
There was a bug that prevented pre-selected characters from connecting. If there were bugs like this and 2-hour disconnects, the company that makes Korea's #1 MMRP would have done a maintenance. But because they conducted a non-maintenance, people were really upset about the...
Do we really want to be talking about what Nexon would do? Or are we really going to say that Nexon... Isn't MapleStory the biggest Korean MMO? I could be wrong. But, like, do we really want to be taking advice from those
bugs that prevented pre-orders? I said that about the skill reset cost. This is a pun. You can exchange...
Skill reset, I 100% agree with that part. I don't know what he's gonna say, but he's probably not gonna understand anything and just gonna throw in pay to win, but let's see.
Change Kina for Q&A, and you can buy Q&A with Kina. Based on my experience playing the game while sleeping for an hour, it was extremely difficult to earn Kina.
The AI is so much more savage. The AI just makes it so much more savage. I'll be honest.
He looks like a table version of Asmongold. He literally posted his video on YouTube. The company selling the most personal data in the entire world. True. Server? Oh, I play on Bakarma and on Korean server in indie something. Cookie, what was the name again? Cookie, what was the name of the server that I play again? Yeah, I didn't want to speak to you anyways. Oh, let me check if my upload is ready.
My headset had disconnected and reconnected, and it wasn't working in Discord. I fixed it. The server was named Indnath.
Okay.
Like INDNATH.
Where is this thing, man? Oh, okay. Then I'll do it later. Okay, where is the video? Let's continue.
After playing the game while sleeping for an hour. Oh, God, dude. Oof. Oof.
They've just reduced the skill reset cost to eternal.
Dude, oof. AI just makes it so much more savage. I'll be honest. After playing the game while sleeping for an hour. Oh, God, dude. Oof. Oof.
They've just reduced the skill reset cost to eternal. Originally, they were going to sell Kina for Q&A, but the big difference is that the initial reset cost can't be done right away, and they'll make it cheaper and then change it to eternal later. Why did they do that if they didn't know this would happen? NC is a huge company. They still have 3,000 people. I think it's a lie to say I didn't anticipate these problems later. I've been talking about these issues for 4 or 5 months before the game came out, as those who've watched my video...
This guy's based. I was the same way. I was like, dude, the monetization's gonna kill this game.
No. No.
And even if the
No, that is not what he is saying. He is not saying the monetization is bad. He's talking about the skill system and the return points that you can use to reset the skill system. That he is criticizing, and he's saying that needed to fine-tuning and needed a better decision making. As I was saying that for weeks, he is saying that. So whatever you are saying has nothing to do with what we are saying.
Monetization wasn't there though. Look at the MMO as its state. Look at the combat in the MMO. The combat is Throne and Liberty's combat. Was Throne and
No, the combat is not Throne Liberty combat. You have literally in Throne Liberty multiple weapons. In Aion, that is not the case. How can you say the same combat?
Liberty's combat actually like exceptionally good in any way. You're like, oh well, it's better than Throne's combat. Only slightly.
Well, that is objectified. Like everybody has their own opinion, right? What kind of what is your point? What exactly are you trying to make as a point? What you mean by it's slightly better? Maybe it's for you slightly better. For me, the combat for Throne Liberty is utterly trash. I'm also not a fan of BDO or any other game that came out in that direction. I'm not even a fan of Terra's combat as much. But that's my personal opinion. That doesn't mean that those combats are bad. That just means that it's not made for me. So, if you don't like the combat from Aion, don't say it's bad. Just say it's bad for you.
Only slightly, right? Aion 1 has better combat. Crazily.
I would not agree with that because Aion 1 has a tap targeting combat. It's fixed. Aion 2 comes with 2 modes. You decide which one you're going to go for. The Aion 2 has also the same combat as Aion 1. If you want to play it, simply go to option, click on Aion 2 mode and play the same combat version that Aion 1 has. Nobody is forcing you to play the action combat. If you're too stupid to know this information, that is a different case.
Enough, right? So like the gameplay of the game is suffering, right? The optimization of the game.
What's the best DD range and melee class for PvE? Range DD? Melee is the ranger, of course.
Game, let's be honest, it's optimized for a mobile phone. So like, and then like it's only PvE because you can only PvP for 30 minutes unless you pay the sub, and even then the PvE.
Bro, I cannot cope with this dumb, stupid misinformation bullshit, man. Where does it say you can only PvP for 30 minutes? Where do you get this bullshitness? Why are you keep repeating this stupid bullshitness, man? What the fuck is wrong with you?
You can only PvP for 30 minutes unless you pay the sub, and even then the PvP is like, you know, whatever.
The sub doesn't even give you anything that indicates that you can do more PvP. The sub doesn't give you nothing that indicates you get more PvP. Where do you even get that bullshitness? You can rift for 30 minutes. You could rift for 1 hour, but it was changed today. It was changed today. You can, but the rifting is not the only PvP in the game, Nola. We have solo arenas, 4-man arenas, we have battlegrounds, and we have 28 hours of Abyss that you can do and do open PvP. And the rift, by the way, the 30 minutes rift that he's keep referring to, resets after every 4 hours. You can go in for 30 minutes. And there's a reason for that, is because you can go to the other side to gank people that are leveling right now. Again, I don't agree with this change. Korea has made that change because Koreans were crying about it, that people are keep coming in numbers and they are ganking them while they are grinding and leveling up, which is the reason they went ahead and changed the 1 hour to 30 minutes, which was, in my opinion, the dumbest thing they could have done, because it kills the situation, you know? Like, those people who are currently leveling will do the same thing later on. So rather than adding zones, they just went ahead and reduced the time that you can rift. Rifts were spawning after every 2 hours. Now they're spawning after every 4 hours. And after 30 minutes, you get teleported out. So you can technically raid multiple times a day for 30 minutes. And by the way, you can use the rift to the other faction for 30 minutes. But on your side, you can do PvP as long as your match want for however hours you want. So as soon as players are coming, you can keep killing them. And that you can do all day long. Like, if PvP is so dead and so bad and doesn't exist in the game, why do they have to go ahead and add Abyss point intake to 1 million per season? Like that, it makes, like, oh man, his arguments make no sense.
It's not even, the game doesn't revolve around PvP. So like, even if you do the PvE game modes, you're going to get tired of those really quickly. So
if the game doesn't revolve around PvP and only PvE, why do they give more options now to gain Abyss points to be able to get your Abyss gear faster, like your PvP gear? Like, why are they trying to push the option to get your PvP gear a little faster, by the way, not general faster, but a little faster, or more option to grind it, if the PvP is not as relevant as you are saying or claiming it? The Biz PvE gear is crafted. It is hard to craft, it is hard to get, and it takes at least few months. The Biz PvP gear is behind Abyss points. Now you are getting more Abyss points, but still it will take you a long time to get that gear. But you can use the Abyss points to put PvP stats on your gear already, or like your current gear. The stats are not that high, that is true, but it is better than nothing. So what the flip are you talking about? Because if Aion 2 didn't had PvP stats, like if it didn't matter at all, why do you need them so badly? Why do they give you so many options to get PvP stats if all that PvP doesn't even matter in your opinion?
but most you're going to play it for 1 or 2 months before you get bored with the current dungeons or the raids or whatever, and then you'll have to wait for the next one to come out. It's not a sustainable business model for them. Like the MMO is just not going to be successful.
Yeah, the item price are going to be fixed tonight in the patch. Like the upgrade that is happening right now, the item prices are going to be fixed right now. Right now they're fixing the item prices. Yeah, the leather for the tier 1 stuff is hard grind. I can imagine higher levels. That is true. If they don't have something to fight for, this game PvP is lacking hard. They need to add sieges. Yeah, the reason for that is because the initial, so this is the problem. Rifting is actually made for 2 things. It's made to go to the other side and do the hidden dungeons as well on the Asmo side, because that grants you, it gives you PvP, obviously getting there. And then in the dungeon, you have other factions opponents that you need to be fighting. For that, you get high rewards and Abyss points. Okay. Also, you have garrisons that you need to attack and destroy over there, which is, if you do that completely, you get high rewards as well. But for that, there's a lot of PvP to actually be able to do that. Now, them reducing the time to 30 minutes makes both of those content, which are a necessity for the game, which are most important, they have reduced it because rather than doing those content, people were started zerging low levels. And that is the problem that Korea was facing. And that is the also the reason why they're online and why they're talking about it. So that's why they shortened the rifting to 30 minutes. And 30 minutes are not enough. I fully agree. But it has nothing to do with the game being a PvE game or with any argument that he's using, because he has no clue what he's talking about.
No.
Cannon was playing this shit. Cannon messaged me this morning or yesterday. He messaged me yesterday. He said, I reacted to your video. Yeah, I was a little harsh about it, but I agreed with a lot of your points, and I just want to be, we're cool, whatever. And I just want to be clear, I don't mind that he reacted to that video. I encourage people to react to my videos. I said it was good that you reacted to it. And I said, I'm totally fine being the villain for this game. NCSoft has done a terrible job with the launch and management of this game, and the pre-launch of this game, and now they're reaping the rewards of that. It's cash grab, yeah. It's not even a question. It's cash grab.
Then there were the consumables.
That's why I said I'm just not. It's like I had a bunch of people from Throne message me, Blue, what server are you on for Aion? I'm on Where Winds Meet. We're all on one server.
Like potion scrolls, that wouldn't even give you the cost of potions. They said regional quests would cost twice as much, so do them.
Yeah, the translation is so bad. The translation is so bad, and he's probably getting all this translation wrong as well. The translation is so bad, man. Fuck my life. It's so bad. Why these people use Google Translator, man? Why don't they just actually watch somebody who is giving the translation in their language? Okay.
Regional quests would cost twice as much, so do them. Then there were the
No, the regional costs are not twice as much. The rewards are gonna be, they're doubling the rewards for regional quests. That is what it's saying. It's saying that they're doubling the rewards for regional quests.
plans to nerf difficult sections of the quests.
What they're doing is the boss's HP is getting lowered for the quests.
Oh my god, they're already gonna nerf the... Dude, they're already talking about nerfing the difficulty on the questing in the game.
Yeah, that is related. The reason why they're nerfing it, that is related to people not understanding. People are like you, okay? Sorry for being rude today. No, it's normally not my style. But people like you who don't actually go deep in to understand the system, but just want to play. So there are a lot of players, sadly most of them, who are not spending their points in the character build Paragon system, or whatever you want to call it, skill system. So people do not have enough DPS, enough defenses. So their stats are really low, which is why they are having difficulty killing the bosses, because the game is actually a little bit more challenging than the average game that comes out. So a lot of people were crying about it, not being able to kill boss monsters, and like all related to quests, by the way, campaign quest monsters and campaign boss monsters. So that is why they're reducing their HP of 50%.
Like, this... Do you know what's really funny about this? Do you know how you could have avoided having too difficult of quests as the game launches? Playtesting! Any amount of playtesting. Had you allowed people to playtest the game at all before it launched...
But then you would have going crazy like you are right now 2 weeks prior to today. Because you would have tested it and you would have given false and wrong information in the world, as you are doing right now. So what difference would that made? what, like, tell me seriously, what is the difference between us testing right now or a closed test a month before the game launches? There's no difference, because this is also a test for us. For the global players, it is a test. Either way, the first time you would have had wrong information, and now you also have wrong information.
You could have found this, but instead you waited for it to launch, and now everyone is running into the same problems right away. Like, they didn't test their gameplay. Right, but like most MMOs, it's not even just the devs that have to play test. You need a third party, right? That's why Chrono Odyssey, as much as people harp on that, at least they did a play test and they said, okay, our game is shit. We're going to fix all the stuff you guys told us about. We're sorry, right? Like, they play tested. Throne and Liberty play tested. They said, okay, our game is shit. We'll go back. We'll try to fix it. We're sorry, right? Even BDO had play tests. Every MMO has play tests. I don't understand how they got all the way to the door with Aion 2 and they had kept it a secret the whole time. Even at the Nvidia like teaser where they allowed people to play for 30 minutes, they kept you in like a box, right? In like a little tent, and you had.
Again, you are wrong with what you are talking about. There was a FGT test with more than 100 players testing in Korea. There was a FGT test with more than 100 players testing in Taiwan. There was a FGT test in the US with close to 100 people. Now, all these players were sadly, as you claim, third party. Sadly, most of them have not played Aion 1 before, so their feedback was useless, like your feedback would have been. So, again, you know, right now, it's not for us. It's the Korean and the Taiwanese region. And for us, it is a playtest. So that is why I am providing feedback and others are providing feedback. But there's a way of providing feedback and there's just talking shit.
Had to play and no recording was allowed. You couldn't record. You could only play for 30 minutes. And it was this very specific instance thing. You couldn't play with other people. Like, what the dude? How are you expecting to playtest any of the shit is wrong with your game? It doesn't surprise me at all that.
Yeah, that wasn't even the playtest, brother. That wasn't even the playtest. But sure, again, you know, why do research? Like, we should all be just doing what we want to do. Like, even doctors, they should just start operating people. You know, nurses should start taking your blood. Like, why do research? Why do learn anything? Why do even have knowledge in the world? That is not needed. That is literally not needed. We should all be bold and just say whatever we want to say and just do whatever we want to do.
You're having these issues on launch because you didn't allow people to playtest the game.
By the way, I'm also bold. So me shitting on the boldness, it's not me being rude. I know that, trust me, if you're not bold, you're missing out.
There is literally no excuse for that, except if you're trying to pull the rug out from people. I expect no playtested games from someone like Logan Paul. Okay, I expect.
Funny. So far, I was like, maybe I'm being too harsh personally towards him. Now he says the same thing about somebody else that he probably dislikes. So I guess I'm Gucci then. Like, it's okay what I'm doing because he literally done the same thing, right?
From somebody that scams crypto, yeah, no, you can't play test it, but the game's gonna be amazing. Don't even worry about it. Don't even worry about it. You can't play test it. Like, the only reason to not allow people to play test your game is if you don't have confidence that the game is going to be good, and you need it, like that. That's literally the only excuse. The only one that makes sense anyway.
They have the number of monsters in the quest. They said they were tedious to hunt, so they were halved.
I haven't tried Where Winds Meet or The Spin. It's the best game of the year for MMO players. It's not even.
Yes, Where Winds Meet is the best game in the world. Especially for MMO players. I mean, it's not really an MMO. Like, it has MMO aspects, but it's not an MMO. So how is a game that is not an MMO with just MMO aspects the best MMO game ever? I mean, just putting it out there. Genshin has also group play. Genshin had also MMO aspects. Is now Genshin the best MMO out there? I mean, at least has a better waifus than Where Winds Meet.
MMO for RPG, MMO, and just overall open world enjoy, or just like like world enjoyers and so you just play it, bro. It's free to play.
The damage of guardians and healers was too low, so they were going to increase their damage. They were going to slightly
So they're doing balance stuff too. The damage of healers and guardians is too low. Again, this just couldn't be play tested ahead of time. What a joke. I haven't even heard people complain about the balance and where winds meet yet. People are still feeling it out. You know why? There's a playtester.
No, not because of playtests. It's because there are different kind of players. The balance in a real MMO is different than the balance in a fucking PvE RPG bullshit game, which you are such a fanboy of, that apparently is the best game ever. And it's fine if you think so. But don't call it an MMO because it's not an MMO.
No.
increase the damage of monsters with enhanced skills. Some monsters have really strong skills, so they were going to nerf those. I also talked about this part, point 10. Mobile games that can't be played on mobile devices are ultimately nothing more than a means to generate revenue or make it easier to make payments. So,
True! The only thing that you can do on your mobile phone for this game is to make it easier to spend money. Holy shit, I like this guy. I like this guy.
the second official broadcast, they clearly stated that they were going to focus on mobile, but in the fourth, they said they optimized the game this year.
Yeah.
Honestly, this is just a lie. Then, suddenly, they mentioned the automatic
back,
skill
sorry.
function in assist mode.
And there it is.
No. I know what he's gonna say, because he's again just reading one word and he's gonna start shitting on it. He reads one word and he's gonna start shitting on it. So here's what I'm gonna tell you, okay? Here's what I'm gonna tell you. He just heard the word autoplay. Now he's gonna start calling it an auto game, like mobile slop game, you know? Autoplay mobile golf slop game. But he's not going to understand what autoplay in that sense means. He's not going to understand that because he doesn't care, because he just want to shit on it.
There's a bird with a hat.
Okay.
Sorry.
So, what they have added, I'm going to tell you, is again, not what he's saying, but what they have, like what he's about to say. They have added an auto skill support system, which they already talked in the second stream about. They said is fully working on iPhone, and they're going to adjust it for the Android phone, which at that stage wasn't the case. Then in the fourth stream, they said they're thinking to scrap it for the start of the game because it's not working in the way that they want it, and they don't want to provide any kind of autoplay, which is why they're going to remove it completely. After the game came out, majority of players in Asia started using their mobile to play the game. Since the game is not in that sense optimized for the phone, it is really hard to play on the phone. It is really, really hard. So players started reporting that their hands are hurting after hours and hours of playing the game because they have to keep adjusting the camera. They have to keep moving like with their hands and everything. And it's just for them a little bit too hard. Again, NCSoft should stop listening to those people's feedback. Because then what happened, NCSoft went ahead and said, okay, the initial system that we wanted to implement in the second stream, we're going to implement it now for you. Now, what does this system mean? The system just gives you, while playing, it lets you auto adjust your chain skills. That is it. Your chain skills are auto adjusted, that they pop up and they are used, like the chain skills, not the initial skills, but just the chain skills. Okay, but that is only for the phone. It's not for the PC. You still have to move yourself. You still have to dodge yourself. You still have to jump yourself. You still have to use your skills yourself. You still have to do
are you talking about the mobile play?
Yes, you have to do everything yourself. The only thing that is
so useless
is the skill thing, like the chain skills thing, to kind of give like a rough feeling of natural play on the phone. That is it.
Can I?
Yeah, go on.
Can I?
Go
Okay,
on.
I tried it this morning. It's so fucking useless. Like, having it on was getting me killed because it was draining my mana so fast and it kept messing up my rotations. It was terrible.
That is the reason why they were scrapping it in after the second stream, because they already said that. They said it's not working the way they want it to work. They want it to work.
There it is.
And now let's see what he's gonna say. He's probably gonna just call it a pay to.
Optimized. I don't care what they told you. This game is optimized for a phone. All of the Aion copers like, oh, it's optimized for PC. It's optimized for PC. Really? Then why is there an autoplay? Why are they talking about autoplay then?
There is no autoplay.
A fun PC
That
feature?
is complete
no, it's
wrong.
A mobile feature.
No, you are wrong, man. You
expect
are wrong.
Autoplay for a game that is mainly a
Wrong,
mobile
wrong,
MMO.
wrong
Like
information.
Raven 2 or Odin Valhalla Rising. I expect autoplay on those games. Why? Because the majority of the game
Because they're trash games.
mobile.
And apparently they're your favorite games, but
Duh.
that's a different story.
Obviously. Like, but Aion 2, they literally said, no, we're optimizing it for PC. And now, oh, look at that.
This is a macro. How are they going to do this?
Yeah.
It sounds just like the TN.
It's a macro. The person even just said it. A macro. For those of you who don't know what a macro is, it's just an option where in Aion, by the way, where you use a skill and then you can use the chain skills with the macro. And that is also basically the auto system that was implemented. But of course, he has no clue what he's talking about, even though like he's literally listening to the thing and he's not understanding any single thing the person is saying.
Beta, autoplay, exactly like that is what it sounds like.
No, what it sounds like, but that is not true. I mean, you sound like a moron. It doesn't mean you're a moron.
It sounds like they had to scrap and that's why I think, this is my tinfoil. I think that they didn't allow people to playtest because they really liked, originally Throne of Liberty was going to be this autoplay mobile / PC MMO. Sound familiar? And then people playtested it in a closed beta and they gave it a scathing review. Stoops absolutely obliterated it, right? And so they were forced to go back to the drawing board, but they didn't want to scrap what they had. So I think they took that base foundation for Throne. And yeah, although they went back to the drawing board for Throne specifically, they transitioned that to Unreal Engine 5 and made that Aion 2. And so now that same autoplay feature and everything, and that's why they didn't want to do any playtesting because they didn't want people to know. That's why it's got so many similarities with TNL. It's just an Unreal Engine 5. That's what I feel like happened.
They say PCs
Well,
are just
you feel
worrying
wrong,
about
but
it,
that's a
but
different
that
thing.
raises issues with the fairness between PC and mobile users.
Aion 2 is the most boring shit I've ever played. Thank God I have like-minded users in my chat, bro.
This fairness issue means users could be left out again. Furthermore, with the introduction of
To
that
be clear, if you are having fun with Aion 2, more power to you. I respect it. I respect it.
mode, there's a possibility that a huge amount of work will be put into the workshops. Next, they're going to fix things like the time-space portal issue and the mismatched custom level.
What the f?
When using mobile skills, you just need to target them automatically. This is a macro. Simply target them and the skill will be used automatically. However, I think this could also be problematic.
He's understanding it all wrong. I can see it in his face. He's understanding it all wrong.
Yeah, so
The
we're
translation
optimizing the
is
game
so
for mobile
bad.
users.
No,
So
no.
we're optimizing the game for mobile. Yep.
No,
Yep.
man. You have to use the
They'll
skill.
lift the creation restriction. They'll lift the tropics. Maintenance is at 4:30. They also said they'll quickly fix the arrow code. There was an issue where quests couldn't be completed in town mode if you didn't accept them, so they're going to change the number of quests. The motion
Look at how many bugs they have. Guys, we're 23 bullet points in. We are 23 apologies deep. On the first day of the launch, we are 23 bullet points deep.
are very awkward, especially for things like Sword Saints. The motions are very awkward, and they're going to fix these motions. There was a lot of talk about UI updates. They said they'd give all the previously mentioned rewards to those who didn't create updated characters. I also mentioned this later. I also talked about the infinite resurrection part, but I heard that you can also buy it with Kina. They said they will make
No,
a good
you
analogy.
cannot.
If you can buy instant resurrection,
You
with Kina, that
cannot.
means you can instantly res as long as you have
No, you cannot. He literally just said that. I also mentioned it, and I think you can, but you can't do it in the way that he is as understanding it. Again, wrong.
$6.
announcement after that, and that the maintenance is expected to take about an hour and a half and could be delayed even more. They apologized for the chat bug, but I don't think they anticipated this problem at all. Why? It's because they expected all of this lowly system. So,
Lowly?
they released it and thought the response would be good, but then these guys came out and the response was incredibly bad. So this unprecedented situation where they even had to do an emergency broadcast has occurred. But the quick response is good. And as someone who likes NC,
No, it's not.
No,
Look,
of course it's not. We
I
should
don't-
have waited 3 weeks so you could have said, oh, they're not even reacting. You know, like they reacted on the first day. Who does that? Like, we have to give them that they reacted fast compared to other companies where some of them you're still waiting to this day to fix their shit.
To be honest, I don't hate NCSoft. I don't. I like Throne of Liberty for their PvP systems.
You should hate
Right.
NCSoft.
But
They have
NCSoft
done
has a
terrible
bad track
decisions.
record. I also
NCSoft has done bad decisions. Like, I wouldn't even, like, this is like one of the points I would agree with you. NCSoft has made bad decisions. So it's completely valid not to be a big fan of NCSoft. It's a complete valid point not to even wanting to support them. It's all valid. That I don't even disagree with.
like Guild Wars 2. Right? Guild Wars 2 is a great game.
Guild Wars 2 is indeed a great game, but Throne Liberty is just trash.
I don't think anybody can really say that it's not. I mean, people will, right? But like NCSoft has some good like moments of brilliance, right? I think that they can make good games. But this was not it, bro. Throne is trash. I think outside of the PvP,
Cookie. Guild Wars, is that not from
Yeah.
ArenaNet?
It's ArenaNet, but it's also NC.
But how much is NC really involved in it? Are they really involved in it? Because I don't think they're really involved in it, are they?
I don't know, to be honest.
Okay.
systems, you might be right. But I think that for large scale PvPers, and as far as scale and stuff goes, there's nothing like it in the MMO genre. As far as doing like scale PvP with a bunch of people like that, there's just nothing like it. It's got its issues, no question, but there's just nothing like it.
Aion 1 has the best massive scale PvP that is out there. Aion 2 was supposed to get that massive scale PvP. Sadly, so far it didn't happen, but it's coming.
Outside of that, though, the core gameplay loop is trash. Sucks. But, what are you going to do? Is NCSoft the dev or the publisher? Yes. In this case, they are the developers. Okay.
NCSoft is the dev. NC Taiwan is the publisher. And other NCs are also the publisher.
AGS, Amazon Game Studios, is the publisher for Throne of Liberty in the West. I don't know who's publishing in Taiwan.
I think it's great that they are continuously
Taiwan. NC Taiwan is, by the way, publishing Aion. And all your comments, all your points that you are making were false information that you have gathered from people and you amongst yourself and your community who are actually, by the way, playing on Taiwan servers, not on Korean servers. But the stream you're watching is feedback from the Korean players for the Korean servers. So technically, whatever you're saying doesn't even make sense, but sure, go ahead.
fixing things. I think it's great that they are fixing things quickly. However,
Are they fixing things? Because there's a difference between doing
Literally watching a stream, bro, I'm gonna start screaming here. You're literally watching a stream where they are reacting, where this dude on the right side is reacting to them doing an emergency meeting to announce an emergency maintenance to fix their shit. So how can you even ask that question, are they fixing things? How can you even ask that? Like, bro, how clueless are you? NCSoft owns 100% of ArenaNet. If that's your, you ask, buy it into. Yeah, that was my question. That is the only thing I didn't know. Let's be real. This game, a cash grab, homie. Okay, if you think so. No one said it was not. We need to figure out how that's work. How does the status effect change versus resist work? You can get like 100% resist, but only 20% chance. If you look at stats, it feels as stupid as TNL. It's probably the same 10 to 1% as Aion 1 is a good starting point. Yeah.
An emergency broadcast and saying sorry and saying we're going to fix it and then actually fixing it. And this comes from someone who's been abused by his development team for the last 8 years in Black Desert Online. Okay. There's talk and then there's action.
I can't put up a shield because I can see this impure intention. So, I've summarized the stories that came out in this official broadcast, so I think you guys can decide whether or not to play the game more after watching this. Yes. I've also made a review video and various strategy guides, and I've predicted all the parts that have come out so far, so I'll try to play a little more.
By the way, just a side note, yeah? I'm just gonna give you a side note, because you don't seem to be that big in the Aion community, or general in the Korean community, as you are mostly misunderstanding what is written on there, because I'm assuming you don't understand Korean. But the person on the right side doesn't even have the best reputation in Korea, but just telling you.
I think the people that are most devastated are really the content creators more than anything, because like a lot of us, bro, let's be honest with you, the MMO genre has been dog. It's dog shit after dog shit after slop after slop, right? And we've been waiting for a really solid game, and a lot of the creators thought that this was the next big game for MMOs, and I'm just glad I threw my lot in with Where Winds Meet. I said, let's try not an MMO then.
I think the only way I can help NC is to play a little more and find their strengths.
I think that the only way that I can help NC is to not play the game or spend any money. I don't know how you guys feel, but that's how I feel.
There's a saying.
And I think the only way I can help is giving facts to correct what you are saying, and do play the game and give feedback to NCSoft, as long as they are listening, as long as they are caring for fixing it. I'm gonna say it clearly. Yes, NCSoft has messed up lots of times. Even right now, they're messing up. NC Taiwan is even currently worse messing up than NC Korea. And yes, Aion is pay to win. I am, like, literally, that is what I'm saying. I have never denied it. There are a few things that I'm not happy with. There are a few things I am okay with. But everything this person have said, 99% was false information. It was not clear what, like, you know, at least get your facts right before you start talking shit. But I would also not argue that it's the worst game ever or whatever. I think it has a lot of potential. And I think a lot of people will have a lot of fun in the game in the coming weeks and months. It's your choice, though, if you want to be playing it or if you want to be spending on it. Keep in mind, it is not your region. It is not made for you. Treat it as a test. Just treat it as a test.
Saying that a humble beginning can lead to a great ending, so I'll be watching for a while.
But this wasn't a humble beginning. This was a disaster. These were hoping, he said it himself, they were hoping that no one would say anything once it launched. They were hoping that the launch, wouldn't be this bad, or that people wouldn't notice, or that it would be, whatever. They were trying to pull the wool over people's eyes. Literally, if that's exactly what they said, and I have no reason not to trust this dude, unless he's translating it wrong, then it literally it was just a rope or a rug pull.
He is not translating it wrong. Initially what he translated, because I've seen his video, there was some miscommunication for sure, but he was trying to relate it more to the test that he has done. That was more he was relating to. The Google translation though was really bad, but it doesn't matter because you weren't listening either way, and you will still not listen. The next video you will bring out is going to be the same bullshit. No actual research, no actual trying it yourself, but thinking that you have the right to talk about something that you actually don't have a knowledge about. But this is the world we live in. People are shitting out their opinion left and right, because of course we live in a free speech world. And apparently for a lot of people, freedom of speech also means talking about topics they have actually not even any clue about. So welcome to the club of those people, and continue what you're doing. Thank you for your video.
A rug pull. Look at the like ratio. I'm telling you, man, the Aion haters.